Hi, I'm live, Judge Desire for Knowledge on my channel here, and having difficulty with my microphone. Do you hear me? I had to turn it on. Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm hoping that you can hear me at this point. See or no? All right, so the discussion today is to beware of people who you engage with. And the reason why I chose this subject is because have you ever felt like you met someone or you meet people and they overly do themselves and as far as conversations and keep you in conversations too long, a lengthy amount of time, and then eventually after that time is up that you don't even know what you were talking about or why the conversation went to nowhere, and you done give up all your information or whatever the case may be. This is why we're on this channel today, because I get curious of topics that I put up, and generally I will choose my own topics. So this topic became really important to me because I saw this show, a movie, which I wouldn't suggest because the end didn't turn out right, and was kind of brutal. But it was called, what was the name of the movie? Get Out. So it was basically about people that manipulate and distort your mind through hypnotism. And so I said, wait a minute, I've seen this happen in true life. I know personally people that happen to get hypnotized by either therapists, doctors, but for them, it's usually something that's supposed to be healthy and helping them out of situation and being able to cope. But others, it's done without unintentionally, so you don't know that it's being done to you. Okay, so my hair is messed up today. Forgive me. Oh boy, yeah. So when you don't know that it's intentionally being done to you, that's where you're being taken advantage of and manipulated by others. This movie really had me think, have you ever been in that situation where you feel distorted after speaking with someone, or energies were just like way out of whack? You may not have noticed it, but at some point in time we have to actually start acknowledging things like that. And I thought this was a good topic because that movie really, I even skipped the topic I was going to do for today. I'll get back to that next Saturday at 3. But my thing about being aware of them, this can happen to you intimately, sociably, and sometimes even daily encounters with people that you don't even know or you do know. And they may have, I don't call it a gift, but this knack of being able to control your mind or distort it. It can even be someone you're dating, someone you're married to, or eventually you find out the person you're married to is one of those manipulators, or people that hypnose you, probably hypnose you to even marry them. You never know. But it's a serious subject to me. And so as I was watching this movie, as it brutally ended, the guy did make it out, but they were being manipulated as slaves. And so doesn't matter which way you're being manipulated, but it does matter why we don't see the manipulation, first on. Um, so I took a few notes here, and I wanted to explain what I saw, and how scary that was for me at the end to realize this is truly happening to people and we don't get it. Um, there are things that we should be on alert about in our lives. Some good and bad people are going to be present in our lives, whether we marry them, date them, friendship, but always consider what's being done in plain. We don't even consider what's being done in plain sight. Some of us have the knowledge to be alert about it. But if you're not, then be careful, because hypnosis is no joke. It can be done to anybody at any time. Actually, I just want to say no. I'll wait until I get through this the explanation of each type of hypnosis that can be done to you. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I use my talk show to help heal people and help them see things that they actually are going through, or maybe going through, or went through. And maybe if they recognize it, it can help them in some sort of, way or fashion. And so when I saw this movie, I said, you know what? I'm going to need to tell people about this one. Um, yeah. Oh boy. And so, no, if this, no disrespect to the psychologists and therapists, but sometimes they may use this on the side outside of their work experience and professional careers. You never know, but this show did show that there are some that may do that. It wasn't a true story, but I believe it's happening. But this can also happen to just regular people that I don't know how they get the gift of being able to hypnotize people, or they know exactly what they're doing in order to catch you in it. So the dramatic effects on it is really definitely affects your mind, and that this happens when um, casually you meet people, and then you know once you meet a person, you find out that okay, by chance you meet them or not. And it could be a daily person or someone, not daily, but daily connections where you meet up and someone that you like or likes you, or maybe not even so, but you have respect for, or didn't even know. And you're sitting in a conversation with them, and they're actually doing things like, why am I in this conversation so long? Either I know the person or I don't know the person, but they're not letting the conversation go. Sometimes you could just meet this person and they could like how you look or whatever, and that's how they'll catch you. And you won't even know that they're doing this to you, either by gaze or I have a few steps here that I saw that was really required for us to realize. The manipulation process starts with someone hypnotizing you with these methods. One is lengthy phone conversations. You can do it without looking in someone's eyes. And if you notice that you have a lengthy phone conversation with absolutely nothing being said, but the same thing repeated over and over again, be very careful on questions being asked and that you're not moving forward in anything, and how long the term of your conversation is, because for some people they don't even have to look at you. They know how to do it. Some people study dark magic. I don't know what it is that they how they know how to do this. I don't call it a gift if you're cheating people and using people to manipulate or distort for your gain. So another way is sounds. Be very careful of people that sounds and rhythms, like clapping, um, tick-tocking like a clock or something in your conversations with them, because you're not going to know. It's going to be obviously in the background or through their verbal speaking, a certain way, method, rhythms, and also vibrations. Like if you hear vibrating sounds or something unusual and they say, oh, that's just my music, be really careful about that, because these vibrations and these synchronicities of sound, music, and rhythm going together. It might not even be music. It's just that it's something. Have you ever seen on TV? Like I have, uh, actually, when you're being hypnotized, they always do something, clap, this and that. Oops, so sorry. I am on my deck, and someone is speeding through the country road. All right, I figured I could do this outside. I'm a nature person. I love nature. Soon I won't be able to come out here, so I'm taking advantage. But don't you notice that on TV that you get these doctors that use techniques with sound, vibrations? So that's how I remember. Yeah, this is true. I know I've seen this happen before. And sound can be verbal. It doesn't have to be a clock ticking or vibrations, but it's always a rhythm and it's methodical. So if you notice a conversation is methodical, I'm thinking maybe that's the type of rhythm they use in their phone conversations to get you. If you ever look back, have you ever experienced that maybe someone kept you on the phone too long, but you don't remember anything after, or it wasn't important that you was on the phone that long? I know I've had that, but there are people that I had a friend that was seeing a psychologist, and they said, you know what? I was young and I was seeing a psychologist or therapist. I don't quote me, and they said they couldn't hypnotize me. I was like, really? Why? And then it was like, I'm just not able to, no one's able to control my mind like that. And that's a great thing. So later on, as I'm an adult, I realized, wow, that's very powerful. If you can control your mind enough that you cannot be hypnotized by anybody, therapist, psychologist, or whatever the case, professionally or unprofessionally. So I'm getting back to this clapping and vibrations. All right. So um, that can hypnotize you because of the rhythms that are being done. So this show actually, and like I said, the conversations you have with people can actually have rhythms in it, and you don't even know that that's what they're doing. So this show, Get Out, was about a gentleman who dated this white person, female, and he was black. And what happened was, we're going to move forward. He really thought he was in love with her, and she invited him to the family's house. When at this house, they hypnotized him. Um, Once she introduced her mom and said, "Oh, she's a psychologist and she knows how to hypnotize," they should never have said that, because now he got clue to it, but they didn't know the technique. So the technique was a teacup, and the teacup, she kept using her spoon to click it and put him right into a trance. And he didn't even know. So then she started distorting his mind, making him be someone he's not, having him believe who a lot of other things. But it went deeper than that. But I'm not here for all of that. I'm just saying how easily tricked we can be. Actually, we don't even need to have a doctor do that. I thought about a lot of things about how this can be done outside of a clinic or a hospital, where people actually study dark magic or whatever they do out here. We just had Halloween, so I figured I'd put this subject up. Beware, it has a little tick to it. I don't believe in Halloween like that. But I know that there are people that actually do dark work. I don't believe in it, but I know it exists. And they'll do this and do it to hypnotize you in any way or form. And so this is one of the ones that they did in the movie. They had the teacup and they were banging the teacup. Again, rhythm. So if someone wants to keep you stuck in a conversation, always think outside the box and see and feel your way by listening and seeing it, and seeing what's going on. If you can't see and you're not on FaceTime, well, or video, then listen, what's going on here? Why is this person so interested in me all of a sudden, or whatever the scenario may be? Because sounds and rhythms are really take a big effect on people, hypnotizing us as we go. And some of us may have been hypnotized for years and years. And won't even know it. And you may have had that person as a friend who wants to track you down or keep you on track, or a husband or wife that wants to keep you on track. Who knows what it is, but it's still, people will use it to their advantage to get what they want out of you. And believe me, sometimes it's not just friendship and marriage, it's bigger than this. And until we awaken to stuff that's actually happening, then we stay closed off on TikTok and watching people do stupidity, and then you get 19 followers for stupidity, 1900 for stupidity. And then when people come out like myself and we're giving actual stories of real true death, in death of not death, DEPTH, of actual stuff that's really happening behind the scenes, we are actually being fooled and sidetracked, I should say, and to not see certain things and information. So I utilize my show to bring up topics of everyday things that's happening in life to share and get your feedback on. And so these topics are real life situations experienced by myself or other people directly, indirectly, or like if I see a movie and I think, hey, that topic would be good so that I can help people see the things that need to see in case they're not watching that or in case they never experienced that. And so I found this really interesting that people are actually doing this. Like, I don't have facts, but I know what's going on because I've had friends directly that had gone through psychological experiences and with professionals, but then I've seen people that I know I don't want to say, I'll just say indirectly because I don't want to get personal. And they act strange, and I ask them about their past or something, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I used to talk to this person, girlfriend, boyfriend, for hours and hours." I said, "About what though?" And they'll be like, "You know what? At this point, I don't even know what it was about, but I was dating them, so." Oh, my friendly dears are here. Um, so at that time, I didn't think about it. And I said, yeah, you know what? They kept you on the phone for a reason. And bam, all of a sudden, years after that, I'm seeing this movie I didn't even know was out there. And I said, let me speak on this topic because this is very important that people are, this is happening to them. Either in their relationship or someone that's trying to get in a relationship, trying to get the information, trying to manipulate you. And after all the years, if this person has kept you hypnotized, it won't be hypnotized for the long term. Let me say it this way, like once you get off the phone, you already gave the information and whatever it may be. Okay, you go on with your daily life, but this person could clap their hands no matter where they are. I don't know how these tricksters do it, or whatever rhythm that they're used to, or call you up and get you back into what sync, back in sync with what they were doing to you. You got to be careful because the more they call, the more you're gonna not understand why was I this way that yesterday and why am I this way today. Some people, if you look back in your past, you'll see that someone did do it to you, or maybe not. But this is for future reference for you to be aware of what bad people can do, because these cannot be good people. The good people, and I'm not giving it all credit to psychologists and therapists, only if they're helping people cope with self help, you know, with their well being and coping in life, then that's okay. Some people need that, okay? But if you're going to one that is unintentionally doing it to you, or a person is and you don't know, or intentionally meaning doing it because for their own gain or whatever it is for you to keep coming back, then you got to be careful with that. It's something we all got to look at and look into, because when the conversation goes round and round the same methodical way, then that's a part of rhythm, rhyme, not rhyming, rhythms, you know, methodically. It's still going the same way. And we're not smart enough to realize that. I'm not saying we're not, but if we're not aware of acknowledging it, I should say, then that's where we fail. Yeah, we do, because these people are aware of what they're doing. This is your mind. Don't get it distorted or manipulated by a manipulator, narcissist, or whomever, or whatever. I don't suggest go to see Get Out unless you're into those horror flicks, because at first I didn't even know what it was going to be about. It started off great, but it ended wild. So I'm just bringing a scenario of how hypnotism happens to normal people that haven't even gone to a doctor. And so you don't even know what's being done to your mind to distort you to say yes, no. If you notice that's all you do, and you never really know how to answer a question with full sentences, at times, then you might want to check into why that is. Watch your friends, family. I don't know about family. I wouldn't say family, but friends, close acquaintances, intimate acquaintances. Sometimes those intimate acquaintances can be someone you dated or now married. You got to watch that because there's tricksters out here in every sex, male and female, and they will do what it takes to get a hold of you, to take your soul or whatever it is that they're looking for, or to own you, ownership, which is very, very dark and deeply bad. I wouldn't want to be owned by anyone, and I'm married. Like, no, And I'm sure the same for my husband. No, I don't own him. We own each other in love and matrimony, but not that kind of own your soul, your mind. No, you have free will and you're free minded. Remain that way because it's really important to do so. So, the lesson here is that we need to be more alert and understand people for these methods that they do, and be aware to enough to know it, just by going through your past can help you, or onto your future now. So when you meet or date, you think about it. You don't have to get paranoid, but I would be aware with everything if I was a single person now. It's really scary out here, and I'm not scared of anything really, but it's scary to see others actually go through this and then find out later on in hindsight, oh my God, I think I was, because I spoke to people before I did this video years ago and recently, and they think they have been, which is scary. And one day, hopefully in part two, I have more people where I can actually question, not question, but we could talk about it. Hollywood, yeah, yeah. Hollywood has a lot to do with that as well. Yeah, yeah, that and cloning, huh? But another subject with that. So the lesson here is to work only when you know. Wait. I'm sorry. To engage long enough, but not to engage too long with someone in conversation is good, because I know that happened to me one time ago, or someone I know, where the person was engaging on something, a subject that went nowhere. It was a lie. So when that lie was perpetrated and we found out there was no outcome from it, that person was actually trying to do whatever they do to hold us, to manipulate the person I know, and try to proceed on a intimate level. And I looked at that person, I said, didn't you see that? I mean, that what was the conversation about? And they were like, well, it's about this important project. I said, really? Well, let's see if that important project comes through. And it never did. So that's how you can experience whether someone's doing something. When the outcome has no resolution, then that person was there trying to distort and manipulate your mind in whatever way or form that there is. And the lesson is that we need to learn that we are being targeted by these mass manipulators, and we need to see them for who they truly are. So I'm glad you joined my show today. As I stated, I do my talk show every Saturday, 3, God willing, when I can, and it usually has nice topics. So you can check the topics you like, and if you don't want to see the topics you're not interested, then you don't have to. But it would be good to get a discussion with some people here. If you want to come out and put it in the chat, or put questions in my comment back box. Sorry. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Put all for notifications, so for every excuse me. Okay. For every show and video I upload, you'll get a notification of it. If you have any ideas for yourself, because I have lists, but I don't mind sharing other people's ideas on the show. So my show is called My Truth Real Talk. Because it's only my truth. No one has facts unless it's indicated as a fact. So these are opinions. So that's why I call it my truth. The fact is that hypnosis is happening, but just in case, my truth, real talk, is that everything I speak here on this show is not facts. So don't take everything too serious and ask me, show me the facts. It's just my truth, real talk. And I plan for everyone to come together and we speak about it. And the facts will be told that they're facts. Everyone knows what the facts are in real life. So that's why I wanted to tell everyone that that talk show is specifically opinionated, my truth, real talk. And then I have my monthly legal matters where I help individuals in the public with their court procedure filings in different areas of the law. And my last one you should go see was Evictions Part 2, Tenants' Rights, because tenants do have rights that they don't know about, that they need to seek through the channel and other ways that I've indicated on my last video. So those monthly videos are done every fourth week of the month. So every ending of every month, they're taped because they need a lot of work on it. a lot of notation because law changes and I need to be up to date. And no, I'm not an attorney, but I have the education, the experience, and my work experience as well. I've done court procedures. I still do court procedures, and that's my perfection. So thank you for joining me today, Judge Desire Film Knowledge, and I hope to see you really soon. All right. Have a blessed one. Ciao.